And we're
Alrighty, take 2. I hope that makes it in because that's funny. Anyway, hello, I'm Jenna.
and I'm Micah, and we are engaged.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of fun.
So
we got a lot going on.
Yeah. Week 4 of I said this, you heard that.
Which
I heard that, you said that. This.
Yes.
Lots of communication happening. In our
right
relationship.
now.
Yes, even just now. But we're excited to spend this time with you guys and hopefully be able to have some good conversation. The first question to ask, and then you can pause the video, is what's something that you started and then promptly quit quickly? Maybe within
Immediately?
Maybe within a week, 2 weeks. That seems prompt.
Yes.
Yeah. So pause the video, ask that question. What have you quit promptly?
And we're back. Welcome. I hope you had good conversations or silly conversations. I hope somebody in your group quit something really ridiculous, like skydiving or something. Anyway, so we're going to go into a time where we're going to do 3 separate blocks of scripture with some questions, but there's going to be a break in between, so just kind of roll with us.
Not too much.
Oh, got it. Okay, so I'm going to, oh no, I got out of it. I'm going to read Acts chapter 7, verses 27 through 29. I'm just going to go with it. But the man who was mistreating the other pushed Moses aside and said, "Who made you ruler and judge over us? Are you thinking of killing me as you killed the Egyptian yesterday?" When Moses heard this, he fled to Midian, where he settled as a foreigner and had 2 sons. And then he spent 40 years with sheep.
Dude, 40 years is a long time.
Such a long time.
It's 40 years.
Right.
So much time.
40 years that he wasn't doing what God had called him to do.
Yes. So has there been a time that you've had to retreat like you did to Midian?
Retreat is hard for me. I don't know when to stop often. However, forced retreats, I would say that I was forced to move to Malaysia. I was 16 years old and kind of a brat about it. But it was out of my choice because, again, I'm 16 and I can't just be left here without my parents. So that was something that I was forced to do, but it ended up being a life-changing experience for me.
And Moses was kind of forced into it too. I
Right.
mean, he murdered the dude.
Right.
And so he didn't have much choice in the matter, or else he was in danger. And and God uses those things.
Yes.
So after this, you can pause again. But have you had that Midian experience like Moses did, where you had to escape or retreat into a time of maybe self-reflection and finding who you are and your identity and your purpose? And so pause the video, discuss that with your group, and we'll come back for more.
Welcome back, welcome back. Okay.
Awesome.
Back again.
Yes, I'm sure there was such good discussion that, man, life-changing stuff. The next scripture we're going to read is Exodus 5, verses 20 through 23. And it reads as follows. When they left Pharaoh, they found Moses and Aaron waiting to meet them. And they said, "May the Lord look on you and judge you. You have made us obnoxious to Pharaoh and his officials and have put a sword in their hand to kill us." Moses returned to the Lord and said, Why, Lord, why have you brought trouble on this people? Is this why you sent me? Ever since I went to Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has brought trouble on this people, and you have not rescued your people at all. Oof. Some tough stuff.
Dude,
tough stuff.
That's intense. So there are a few questions attached to the scripture, but there's one that I very specifically want to ask Micah.
Okay. Ask away. I dare you.
Okay.
I dare you.
Bet.
Go.
Has there been a time whenever you have questioned who you are and who God has called you to be because of things other people have said?
Yes. I would say
short answer.
Yes. I would say in college, there was an identity crisis with in regards to music and not getting the opportunities that I thought I deserved. And so definitely had that time of like, shoot, this is kind of what I've wrapped my identity around. And when people are saying whether I'm not qualified for a position or capable of whatever, that was certainly a difficult time for me to be wading through that and figuring out what my real purpose is as I live. And yeah, that was difficult. I don't like when people shoot me down or talk as if I'm incapable of something. So that's a difficult thing. But why don't you guys take a second?
Right. There's like 3 questions.
Yes, you'll see it posted here.
Yeah.
But has there been those times where you've maybe got off track, or maybe there's been times where people have shared words that weren't so kind or encouraging, or maybe in direct opposition of what you feel God has called you to? And so take a second, discuss that, and we'll come back for one more scripture.
All right. Welcome back again.
Round 3.
Oh, dude. All this pausing.
We survived 2 rounds already. Kind of surprised.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
No. Right. We've got it in us.
Yes. All right. Round 3.
So this last scripture is from Exodus 32. Starts 22, goes to 25. Do not be angry, my lord, Aaron answered. You know how prone these people are to evil. They said to me, make us gods who will go before us. As for this fellow Moses who brought us up out of Egypt, we don't know what has happened to him. So I told them, whoever has any gold jewelry, take it off. Then they gave it to me, the gold, and I threw it into the fire, and out came this calf. Moses saw that the people were running wild, and that Aaron had let them get out of control, and so become a laughingstock to their enemies. Dude, they be wildin'.
Yeah. And so we see in this scripture that Aaron compromised what he believed when the words of the people of Israel were coming in opposition.
Him.
Yeah, he was persuaded, and rather quickly.
Yeah.
And so are there times that you feel like you compromise maybe your call or the thing you know to be right when there's pressure from outside sources?
I would say that when I was younger, that happened quite a bit. Like anywhere from age 8 to about 20. I'm a people pleaser, so I tend to be easily persuaded. However, I have grown to see value in how I operate and what my values are and how God has created me, and that I can love on people without caving to their whims. And so I would say that that's something that I've grown in, not compromising what I believe to be right, not compromising what I believe to be important for decision for me to make in whatever situation.
Yes. I like that last question too.
Yeah.
You should ask me that question.
Okay.
So because it's a good question. Why not?
It's a fill in the blank. Spiritual compromise happens when insert answer.
Spiritual compromise happens when my selfishness gets in my way.
Interesting. What do you can you expound on that?
Yeah, I think I'm my own worst enemy because unlike you, I think I'm very stubborn in what I think is right. And so I'm not easily persuaded on anything. And so in my own way, I compromise because I shut off from people. And so I don't necessarily listen when I probably should, when there's guidance that is being given, or if I know that I need to be doing something and I choose not to because I'm stubborn. And so I think there's a couple ways to come at it, with this story where, Aaron may be giving in, but also maybe desiring approval and acceptance rather than what God's calling him to do. And so let's pause it one more time and discuss that. Are there times that you're compromising for maybe several different reasons, what God is calling you to do, and see where that takes you.
And we'll see you on the other side.
So here we are towards the end of our time together.
Dude, we made it.
And there's a couple scriptures that we want to leave you with that you guys can be looking at throughout this week on your own time and to dig deeper into what we've been discussing in this group, but also from Sunday's message. And so they'll be listed on the screen, but here's a couple highlights. We have 2 Corinthians 12, 9 and 10. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. And then why don't you say one more? Okay. Which one are you feeling?
Dude, 2 Corinthians 1, 3 through 4. Be strong and courageous.
Yes.
Which I think is hard to sometimes be strong and courageous without being unyielding
totally
metal rods.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Relationship is hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
We're learning. Yeah. Every day. So, thank you guys for everything you guys are doing and discussing and
sticking with us.
Yes.
Nice.
Until next time. Peace out.